Hello, ni hao, konnichiwa. Welcome to the Food and Cultural Exchange show and a grand welcome to our today's podcast session. Today we'd be speaking and talking about all kinds of different food cultures and how they relate with us and the cultural exchange parts. Food. Food is one of the things which connects different people all around the world, and all problems can be just resolved with the part of food and the pleasure of exploring the rich tapestry of flavors, traditions, and culinary heritage that defines all kinds of cooking experiences. There are a variety of things that we come across in our day to day life, and there are some iconic dishes which are served by the different cultures and the countries all around. So let's welcome our today's special guest, Yuri Ishitoya-san. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, thank you for interrupting me. Hi, I'm Yuri Ishitoya. I'm the university student at Tokyo, and now I'm the major in computer science and making the research about the intelligence. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet with you too. And it's really a nice time interacting with you. But let's just introduce our vice president as well. He is Utkarsh Mhatre, an inspiring developer in our group. So would you like to introduce yourself?
Uh, yep. Hello. I'm Utkarsh Mhatre. I'm a student, BTech Computer Science student. I'm pursuing my second year, basically. Yep. That's
Yeah, that's nice to hear of you. So let's directly start with the introduction and with the food chat with Miss Yuri. So, Miss Yuri, my first question would be that what are some essential ingredients in your Japanese cooking?
Okay, it's a little bit different question because the
Hmm.
Japanese food has a lot of the ingredients to make the Japanese food.
Hmm.
Basically we use the white rice and
Hmm.
miso
Oh,
for
that's
miso
nice.
soup. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's
So
so.
it's like even I have seen in some of the anime shows that rice is given a high priority in your Japanese daily food style.
Mm.
So it's like, is rice taken even for the breakfast or is just for a specific part of the day?
It's different for individual because yeah, I eat the white rice yeah 3 times in the day, but some
Hmm.
people eat the spaghetti and other like the yeah other like spaghetti or pasta or
Hmm.
bread for their meals. So it depends on yeah for
Yeah.
individual. Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. Any particular dish which you like the most in your culture?
I like the rice with egg. Yeah, raw
Okay.
egg. Yeah, it's called tamago kake gohan in Japanese.
Okay. So would you like to describe the recipe a little bit to our viewers?
Oh, yeah. We only put the raw egg to the white rice and uh, the the shoyu, like
Hmm.
yeah, soy sauce, and we put a
Okay.
soy sauce on it.
Yeah, that's really nice. It's like it's simple but quite nutritious and good for the health. It's
Yeah.
just like even in our Indian dishes, we prefer eating rice 2 times a day. It's in the
Mhm.
lunch and in the dinner. So there's a common thing I've seen in both of our cultures that boiled rice is given a very high priority and steamed rice as well. And the rice which we eat, we take along with that we take dal. Dal is actually nothing else but curry which you prefer in
Mm,
Japanese, and that
mm,
curry and rice is our main staple food for both lunch and dinner. So that's quite a common part about. But
yeah.
how would you explain some elusive dishes, for example some dishes which you do not eat quite commonly maybe but is very famous in Japan? Any such kind of dish which you know?
Um, what you mean the like the Indonesian food? In India food?
No, it's like any particular dish which you people have but not quite regularly. It's like a rare event.
Um, mm, Japanese is difficult because the Japanese eat many kinds of
Hmm.
food, but maybe like the so traditional Japanese food, like it is eaten for only. for some holidays. It's
Hmm.
so yeah, it's rare to eat
Hmm.
in ordinary days. Yeah,
Oh,
this kind
that's
of food.
nice. What's your opinion on your most famous dish, that is sushi?
Sushi.
Yeah. So what's your
But
opinion on that?
yeah, sushi. Some family eat sushi for many times, but like there is many range of the cost. Like there is some cheap
Hmm.
sushi, but there's some high prices sushi. But
Hmm.
yeah, if some family wanted to eat sushi, they choose
Hmm.
some cheap sushi and eat every day. But not so many people doing like this because yeah, sushi is using the raw fishes and
Hmm.
yeah, I mean
Yeah.
the many Japanese yeah, I mean the many Japanese many
Yeah.
people like sushi, but
Yes, that's really
it's,
nice. Yeah. So, in that place, what would be your most favorite Japanese dish which you would like to eat when you're on a holiday?
um yeah, we like the I like the osechi, like it is eaten
Hmm.
for only for the like New Year event.
Yeah, in the New Year, I've heard of it. It's the very famous dish for the New Year event. Yes. So, can
Yes.
you just explain it in a bit in your language, in Japanese itself?
Oh, uh,
Hmm.
what?
Yes, about osechi.
Oh yeah, in English.
In Japanese, if you can,
Okay.
so that our Japanese viewers also quite feel it's like a family event.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Uh, okay. おせちという料理は、お正月っていうニューイヤーに食べられる、
Mm-hmm.
お弁当のようなもので、すごくいろんな食材を使っていて、料理法もすごくこだわっているようなものになります。
Hmm. Yeah, that's nice. Ha, yeah. And my next question would be to Utkarsh, meanwhile, and it would be that Utkarsh, what's the most favorite Indian dish?
Basically, there is no such favorite of mine. There are
Hmm.
like a huge variety of Indian dishes, and like it just keeps changing. Like
Hmm.
specifically, like
But
I
still,
just
huh? But still, any specific dish which you would like to share with our viewers, which is like you like the most?
uh, okay. So basically, I tend to prefer the non-veg dishes more, and like coming to those, like I had eaten this variation of a like chicken curry. Like it was basically butter chicken, but like it was smoked actually. So like
Okay.
that thing is still in my mind basically.
Yes. So, how would you describe your daily staple with comparison to the Japanese regular staple dishes? For example, the dishes which you take daily, how would you like to compare that with the Japanese dishes which you have?
Okay, so
Yeah.
basically the like uh basically we have as you mentioned earlier, basically like the dal
Hmm.
and rice is generally uh, uh generally the main base. like it
Hmm.
it is common, like we have that, like, and like daily for a change we have some side dish or some curry which constantly keeps changing. For bread
Ha.
we use the like that is roti.
Hmm. That's nice enough. And as we know that one of the Japanese dishes is very popular and famous even in our country, and that is momo. So what's your opinion on that, and how do you view it differently than the traditional Japanese might think of?
Okay, so basically, like as per as my experience, the Indians tend to be in the majorly the Indians tend to take a dish and then like they like customize it or like change it actually.
Hmm,
I
true.
have eaten momos and dumplings, but I believe like 90 to 90% of them won't be authentic. Like it,
Yes,
like
you're
if,
absolutely right. That they do a lot of what we can say changes and
hmm,
mixture, and they just create something new out of their own, which is really
yeah,
uncommon. So yes, Yuri, coming to this point, how do you view the traditional momo which is made in your country?
I the traditional momo is what
Hmm.
what
Means traditional means that the authentic momos which are made in Japan. So if you had had it in your overall time, you might have seen that you haven't eaten yet the Indian edition of the momo, because they do a lot of differences and they make it really weird enough. But how do you view momo as a dish to your taste?
um what so sorry, I fully understand about your question. Like
Ah,
momo is
it was
like the
like,
Indian
it's
food.
like, how do you like momo?
Like momo is what is momo? So sorry. Um
Oh yeah,
dumplings.
momo is like dumplings. Yes, dim sum dumplings.
dumplings.
Yeah,
Ah yeah, 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 yeah. I understand. Yeah,
yeah.
it's like the Japan yeah, Chinese dish.
Hmm. So what's your opinion on that?
Yeah, the momo is yeah, we usually eat momo for dinner. Yeah, so we and me and my friends likes it so much. So yeah, it's
Hmm.
popular food in Japan.
Yeah, that's really nice. And any particular recipe of the momo which you like the most?
Um, there is not so many like taste, like kinds of taste,
Hmm.
and there yeah no so many not so many. So we
Oh.
eat a simple momo.
Okay, the simple ones. That's really nice. Really, Japanese people have a very, what we can say, simple and a better lifestyle, and not like us. We really make many differences, and you might not have seen, but I'd expect when you visit our country, you will be able to see how many differences they make on one single dish. Yeah, yeah. So now coming up to a very important and integral question, that is, could you please explain us a little bit about tea culture in Japan?
Reculture.
Tea culture, yes, like you all even held the tea ceremonies, isn't it? So could you please explain a little bit about the tea culture?
Oh, okay. Yeah, in Japan, like there's many kinds of tea, like
Hmm.
green tea and like only the simple tea, and it comes from many countries. But
Okay.
Japanese
Hmm.
didn't feel like there is some like the foreign countries tea, but they drink
Hmm.
only for they want it. So it's looks so weird, but yeah, we eat many kinds of tea every day. But
Hmm.
yeah, uh, there is some culture for like chashitsu,
Hmm.
the Japanese traditional the green tea party, and
Yes.
yeah, and this culture
Hmm.
is not so held in Japan right now, but there's some crowd activity for only for making the green tea. Yeah, there's
Okay.
we don't have
Huh.
held so much about that, but
Huh.
yeah, there's
But
still
still, how like I was quite curious about this thing, that how did this tea culture exactly start in Japan?
um mm, I don't know so much about that, but there is a
Hmm.
long history of it.
Okay, that's really nice. to know, because I have known this thing right there, that from some of my Japanese friends, that it has got a very deep rooted culture in Japan related to tea culture. So one of my friends had said that the history of tea culture in Japan is a fascinating journey that spans centuries and reflects the country's deep rooted traditions. For example, the Zen Buddhism influence and appreciation for nature was one of the things which is quite crucial, and also known as ocha or chai in Japanese, and is held as a special place in Japanese society. And generally, it's done in the season of when the poetic lines are made. So it was starting off from the Tang dynasty from 618 to 907 AD, when the Buddhist monks who traveled to China for religious studies had started with this culture. And initially, tea was used for medicinal purposes and was consumed mainly by the aristocratic or the Buddhist monks as a part of the religious rituals. So it's like it really has a very rich culture all along. By the way, my next question would be to you is that what's your opinion on hot pot?
Oh,
Hmm.
hot pot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have like the is it only for only Chinese dishes? Yeah, to a hot pot,
Yeah.
but there is some hot pot restaurant recently in Japan, so it's a little bit near for us recently.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. So, like, if you have had hot pot so far, what would you describe it exactly? Like, how does it taste?
Taste.
Yeah.
It's a little bit spicy for Japanese. Yeah, but it's so good. I like it.
That's really nice. That's really nice. So, would you like to give a message to our viewers that how does food relate to the relationships or cultures all along the world, and how does it make a difference in the mindsets of the people to come all along? What's your opinion on food and culture?
Um, yeah, I think the food connect like all like people all over the world, and the Japan said that there is so many good food,
Hmm.
and Japanese food is so delicious, and many foreign people are coming to Japan for
Hmm.
pepper spread. So yeah, Japan is the food is so important point of the culture exchange. So
Hmm.
yeah, we need
Yeah.
to continue to protect the traditional food, and also we need to make the more like new food culture for future. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's really nice. So, as you had introduced yourself in the beginning that you are studying artificial intelligence, so do you find any particular scope related to AI which can help the people to connect all together for this food culture and exchange and can play a vital role?
you mean that there's some technology for
Any
uh,
scope which you find in the future?
any school?
Yeah, like artificial intelligence can help the people join under one roof, and maybe it can be helpful for the hotels industry in Japan.
um like there's some issue in the technology in Japan because like this is a like the Japanese so serious problem, like the government the pay for doesn't pay for a lot for technology and
Hmm.
research activity. So
Hmm.
like many people say that Japanese technology is so high
Hmm.
like quality, but we and for us the Japanese technology right now is going like the Japanese technology activity is more like going down right now. So
Hmm.
mm, I didn't know about such
Oh, yeah, that's
exactly.
not an issue because I feel, see, it's very high of you people to speak in such a way because we always know that the Japanese people are really down to earth from that prospect. And yes, when it comes to technology, even if you are going low right now, but still in the world, your technology is number one. in Japan, and which we should highly appreciate. And even in the past, when we have seen such great collaborations even with Japan and India. For example, one of those brands are Maruti Suzuki, and so on. We have seen that the collaborations have been excellent, and due to your technology expertise in the market and brand value, the companies have been standing just out of the box, and it's really nice. So hoping for that particular scope of artificial intelligence, one thing which we are going to implement in the recent days is, in our cultural exchange platform, we have started with the artificial intelligence chatbot, which would be helping people to break the language barriers and so on. We're also expecting to use generative AI in order to implement this thing. And in generative AI, people would be able to connect much in a much better way. And using generative AI, they can learn more about food culture, travel tourism, and so on, which can indefinitely connect people. So moving on to one question to Utkarsh. Utkarsh, what do you think is the most best part about our application, and which can help the people related to food and cuisine?
Uh, to be honest, the best part I feel is the one you just mentioned, the
Hmm.
AI in our app, because it's kind of difficult. And to be honest, the Google Translate and all, like they work, but they don't work like 100% every time. So the integration of generative AI would would help out a lot in the translation and understanding things, which like would be like kinda hard to do normally. Like it would like help out in overall conversations and like to understand things, the other things and all.
So, any particular heritageous dish which you would like to share with us in common, which is practiced in Maharashtra? Any legendary dish which you would like to refer to? Yes, Utkarsh.
Just
Hmm. So, meanwhile, he is joining in. I would like to give a small close up on the Korean dishes, which are really famous and have made a quite cultural impact on their country's culinary heritage. As we already know, bibimbap, which translates to mixed rice, is a quintessential Korean dish celebrated for its vibrant colors and harmonious blend of flavors. While it traditionally contains meat, a vegetarian version substitutes it with tofu or additional vegetables like mushrooms, spinach, carrots, bean, and sprouts. The significance of bibimbap lies in its representation of harmony, both in its ingredients and its preparation. Each component is meticulously arranged in a bowl before being mixed together, symbolizing the unity and balance within the Korean culture. Another of the recipes which we commonly known in Korea is the kimchi, or a fermented vegetable dish typically made with cabbage and radishes, seasoned with chili pepper, garlic, ginger, and other spices. While it's not strictly vegetarian due to the use of fish sauce or shrimp paste in some recipes, vegetarian versions omit these ingredients, and it holds an immense cultural significance in Korea and also plays a central role in the meals, showcasing the country's dedication to preserving its culinary heritage. So, what's your opinion on this, Utkarsh? That is it right to hold the exact heritage of a country and preserving their legacy dishes?
Yeah, it should be preserved. The like dishes should be preserved, and like yeah, the it's good to
Hmm.
combine the other stuff, or make different different variations of a dish. But this is also important to like keep a dish authentic. Like
Absolutely.
huh.
So, any particular authentic dish from your place, from your native, which you would
Okay.
like to share?
Huh. So so basically common Maharashtrian dishes include pav bhaji, misil pav. You can also go with kothimir badi and puran poli. So about pav bhaji it's a popular street food dish that is originated in Maharashtra. It consists of a spicy vegetable mash
Okay.
like uh, like which
Okay.
is made of potatoes, tomatoes, peas, onions, various spices, served with the buttered bread or pav. It's often garnished
Hmm.
with chopped onions, co- uh, coriander, and a squeeze of lime.
Hmm.
So, and
Yes,
about
that's
misal
really
pav.
nice. Yes, and about the next dish?
Misal pav.
Yeah.
Misal pav is one of the more iconic Maharashtrian dishes, especially
Hmm.
popular in Pune and Mumbai. It's spicy curry made with a sprouted moth beans, matki, topped with farsan, which is a crunchy snack mix.
Hmm.
Served with farsan, and people find it with good with chopped onions, tomatoes, and in Indian food the coriander is like a must. It almost goes into every dish, as it's like goes into this. And yeah, this is also served with pav. Apart from that, kothimir vadi, this is relatively more common dish which is made in my household, kothimir vadi and aloo vadi. So basically, kothimir vadi is a savory snack made from basin, fresh cilantro, uh, which is no called kothimir in Marathi, and spices. This mixture is
Okay.
steamed, sliced, and then shallow fried until it's crispy, and it is served as an like a side dish. Basically, similarly, aloo vadi is made from the aloo leaves. It is also like applied with a mixture, and then it gets rolled, steamed, and then fried.
Oh,
And
that's really nice.
apart from this, one of the dishes that we like usually make during the festivals is puran poli.
Hmm.
Puran poli is a traditional Maharashtrian sweet flatbread made during festivals like Holi, Ganesh Chaturthi, and Diwali. It
Hmm.
consists of a sweet filling made from chana dal.
Okay.
Which by chana dal you can say the split Bengal gram, and jaggery and cardamom, encased in a thin, soft wheat dough and cooked on a griddle with ghee.
Oh, that's really nice. And when you spoke of this dish, I could remember one of the Korean dishes which I had recently, and it's called tateboki, a spicy stir-fried rice cake, which is very popular street food in Korea. And as already we know, India is also very famous for its street food, and so is Korea. It's loved for its fiery flavor and chewy texture. While it often contains fish cakes, but a vegetarian version can be made by omitting them or substituting with tofu or additional vegetables. Tteokbokki's significance lies in cultural ubiquity, and it represents Korea's dynamic landscape of culinary. As a beloved street food, it's one of the things which the Koreans like most is to create some spicy or some tangy sweet taste into it, and is one of the most famous dishes in Korea's landscape. So, is there any particular tangy street food which you had in India and which you like the most?
Okay, so basically coming to Indian street food, as I mentioned, it has a variety of dishes from all around the world, but those are usually modified. For example, as we were discussing about momo, here the momo is actually served with mayonnaise and there is like a spicy sauce,
Yes.
and those are various variations. Apart from that, if you go like shawarma, the like famous the shawarma. Here the people generally like instead of the signature that white sauce that is used in authentic shawarma, like people here use the mayonnaise, and like instead of the like actually the wrapping bread which
Hmm.
the authentic shawarma needs, like people here use like the pizza breads, like the pizza doughs out here, the
Oh,
pre-made.
really?
Yeah,
That's really sad to hear because, see, anytime creativity is an individual component and it definitely has a very great impact on the food cultures, but trying to distort the heritage is not the right thing, isn't it?
yeah.
Ha. So, what's your opinion or message to everyone upon this? That what should be one of those things which should be the primary concern while trying to develop such things? And should we modify the original dishes or keep them the same? Or should we try to do something in such a pattern or such a way that people not just enjoy the new varieties or versions of the dish, but also can keep in mind the original version and give respect to the original cuisines? What such thing can be implemented?
Basically, the variation is good, like because basically the like from region to region the taste and the like preferences vary. But what I feel is that like if you are making changes to a specific dish, you should at least mention it in the name, or like just mention it, because uh like making this variations and like just referring this that this is the original recipe or the authentic recipe generates a lot of confusion, and like it would like basically like affect the future generations, like.
Absolutely, it will have a very high, huge effect on the generations while they would be forgetting their original dishes. So that's the reason I come up to this part, that while there might be changes, there might be variations in the different lifestyles and cultures of people, but we at Cultural Exchange are going to implement such an application and an artificial intelligence platform which would be hovering into the right fusions of taste and would be protecting and safeguarding the cultures with the huge variety of the dishes which would be plotted over in our WebExa platform later on, so that the original dishes are always maintained apart. Moving on, I would like to cover up into some two or three Chinese dishes which I have generally heard of, and I feel that they are really extremely famous for their presence even in our country. That is hot pot. As we were already discussing, hot pot is a popular Chinese cooking method characterized by simmering a variety of ingredients in a flavorful broth at the dining table. It's just like hot pot is a different addition than a sizzler, but a hot pot has a pot in the middle of the table with different dips and curries in which you can put down the vegetables or the non-veg elements, and then you can have it using that dipping sauce before eating. And that's what hot pot's culture significance lies in its tradition of communal dining, and its role plays a symbol of unity and shared experiences. So it's like a group of people sit together, have the hot pot over the same table, and it brings a leisure and an enjoy of the meal, fostering bonds and strengthening social connections, reflecting the emphasis on hospitality and community of the Chinese tradition all over the world. Another famous dish, which is quite known in India as well, is dim sum, and is a very famous, authentic Chinese dish. It's a style of the Chinese cuisine that involves serving bite-sized portions of food, typically in small steamer baskets or in small plates. It encompasses a wide variety of dishes, including dumplings, buns, rolls, and desserts served with tea. Dim sum's cultural significance lies in its communal nature and its role as a social activity often enjoyed with families or friends. Its origins can be traced back to tea houses along the ancient Silk Road, reflecting China's historical connections to trade and cultural exchange. Another such a dish from Sichuan is the mapo tofu. Is a spicy and a flavorful dish made with tofu or mincemeat. Those who prefer non-veg or fermented black beans, garlic, and chili peppers. It's known for its bold flavors, numbing spiciness characteristic of Sichuan cuisine. And mapo tofu's cultural significance lies in its representation of culinary heritage of Sichuan province of China and its influence on the global popularity. Its complex flavors and unique combination of ingredients showcase its rich gastronomic traditions and its openness to incorporating diverse flavors and techniques. So, as we reach towards the end of our streaming and of this episode, what are the few words of inspiration which you would like to share? Yes, Utkarsh.
Okay, as we explore the diverse and flavorful dishes, we uncover more than just food. We discover a deep connection to tradition, community, and the joy of sharing meals with loved ones.
Hmm. So
Let's celebrate.
that's
Yeah.
really nice. So any particular inspirational message which you would like to share with the users of Cultural Exchange?
Uh, okay. Like, okay, the food is more than just a food. Like, it's celebration of heritage, community, and the joy of sharing flavors that nourish both the body and the soul. Let's embrace the spirit of culinary exploration, serving each dish with gratitude and delight. We continue to okay, uh, Priyan.
Yes, so that was really nice to hear from you. And I think that exploring cuisines and different cultures is a really great impact over all of the things which we come across and aloof from the part of time. So, as the president of the Cultural Exchange NAS COP, I have just got a single message to everyone, that is explore around the world, eat different dishes, share your feelings with everyone, and let's make this culture of food a really timid and a great one to connect with all of us. Thanks for being with us in our today's episode, and let's meet next time with a new topic and a new day. Arigato.